Okay, this is a quick video, particularly for Ruben Guerrera with IPF, met him in the Ozarks. And this one is on the rocker toe punched nail hole. The drawing shows it as a plain stamp, but this is a keg shoe modification, so we do not expect you to make plain stamps. So you're going to have to punch that hole in the fullering, which I would rather it was a plain stamp punched nail hole, but we're not doing plain stamps here. So I'm using a St. Croix EZ Plus. It's similar to the Warrior, the Workman Warrior, or the DF. And I'm using a Hind, because that's what I have, but also this is a 4 Hind, which is a little bigger than a 3 front. But it looks like it comes out pretty close with about 3/8 of an inch of length in the heel. So part of this video then is going to be just showing you a little bit of use of the horn and shaping to turn this into a front, and then we'll rocker the toe and punch a nail hole in it and get some heat in it and be right back. Okay, you don't even need this much heat for shaping. You're probably better off with less, so I'll waste a little time here. But you can see all I'm doing is putting a gap where I anticipate or kind of guess at the radius of the horn matching the radius of the toe of that foot. And I'm just going to knock that down. I'm hitting on the inside of the foot side of the shoe, kind of hitting this corner, not this corner, when you're going over the fullering. And this is the lateral side now, so you can see where it's flat. And I'm going to use the horn as a die, but I'm coming out here in the middle because it's going to get round. It's going to put better flow in that shoe if I hit it here than I hit it here. But I'll run that branch here, but I don't want to. I don't need to start up there, because if I hit it here right now, it's going to get flat under my hammer and it's going to kick back up here and it's going to kink right here. It's going to bend all the way to my tongs. That's what you're doing to that shoe. So we'll take another quick heat and work the other side a little bit and see where we're at. Just be a little patient when you have that much shaping to do, that you don't crush your section and pinch your fullering and your nail holes. Let's put a little shape into the medial side. That side comes around a little bit tighter. Just a little bit too open, not too bad. The colder it gets, the harder I can kind of abuse it. See where my hammer is? I'm focusing on the anvil, on the horn, and where that shoe is in contact with the horn more than I am on the shoe. Because I just want to hit daylight under my hammer. Probably have to fix our shape a little bit after we put the rocker toe on. It's a little bit longer than I would want, so I'm going to have to cut that shoe down a little bit once we're fit up, because I got probably 5/8 of an inch, and I really only want 3/8 of an inch. So I'll need to trim those heels back. But that's what I have. I don't shoot big-footed horses, so I don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of larger sizes around. So what I'm going to do now is I'll punch this off and put a couple of little landmarks. I want that rocker toe. I guess I don't need the landmarks on this. I want the rocker toe to be halfway, half of the width of the wall. So like, or half the width of the section of the shoe. So I want it to be like right in here. So when I go to put the rocker in it, I like to stand in this position. Some people are over here. Either way, body position, hammer control. Actually use your tongs. I like to hold it like so, and I'm sighting the fullering and the edge of the anvil, so I'm like halfway into that section of that shoe. I'm going to start up here. I'm going to drop my knees. I want to have good stability and control of that shoe. So I'm tucking my elbow to my hip and holding that shoe as stable as I can. And the same with this arm. And I'm going to just start it there, get a little crease, drop your hand as you go. Bend your knees. Don't bend over it like this. Bend your knees a little bit and hit it from here. You'll have a lot better result than trying to use bad technique. Let's punch this nail hole before we do that. We'll put it right between the second and third nail. So you want to pitch your punch, your head stamp, at the angle of the wall and to kind of center it in the fullering, and then just drive it down into the shoe. You got to kind of probably have to punch it a few to determine just how deep you want to punch it, that your nail still fits. I'm using a 5 City Head XL. Okay. And this shoe is a little bit hot yet for punching that nail hole. You want like a black heat. Just get a clean punch. Roy Bloom has some good technique on tuning your pritchels. I use a caliper. Take a pop can, and I couldn't find a pop can. I obviously don't drink much beer and pop, but and punch a hole in it. It's the size of your nail. Just punch your nail through it, and you can get a really close estimation of the fit between your pritchel and that nail hole. The other thing I would do is you can, if you're the bottom end of your pritchel or your head stamp is equal to the size of your nail, then and you punch your nail into here as well, and at the depth of the head of the nail, that should fit as well. So that's one way to tune your tools so that they fit. So, and you should pritchel all the holes in your shoe before you send it in, because the nails need to drop there as well. That's the nail I punched, and I'm gonna run my head stamp in that and pritchel it just one more time to refine it a little bit.
Nope. Just put that down there.
There. You want the crown of the nail proud above the ground surface of the shoe, and your nail should fit snug. So we'll come back and do that rocker toe. You want your fit pretty close before you do that rocker toe, because it's really hard to do a whole lot of shaping to the toe after that's rockered. Probably a little bit too hot too. Of an inch. I could use a little bit more. This is a 3/8 section, so you want 3/8 of an inch. I need some more heat. Looks better. That's pretty close. So we're about the same, got the same amount of rocker in it as the thickness of that section. So I know it closed up on me a little bit. Going for center of stock, so where that heel bisects that, the center of the heel bisects the center of that stock is what we're looking for. I can come out a little bit more on this side, and I can close up that. Okay, on our fit, the fit is the front half of that foot. We have plus or minus a 16th tolerance, okay? So, and on the back, then from the widest part of the foot back is expansion, and we want that to, and I need to open these heels up just a little bit more. I tightened it up in here a little bit, and I need to straighten it a little bit back here so that we're fitting to center of stock. Length and expansion, the back is the back of that foot. So here's our fit. You want to take a look. I marked it with a yellow paint marker. This is where the heels of the pattern bisect the section of that shoe. So you can see what we're looking for with length and expansion from the widest part back. The front part of that foot should fit within a 16th of an inch of the pattern. And this is set at 3/8 of an inch. So that's the max we can have for the length of the heels. A size 3 front would be pretty dang close. But I cut those heels down a little bit to meet our tolerances.